The purpose of this video is to provide students with an overview of the CPT101 Introduction to Computers Spring 2013 syllabus. This course is an introduction to computer concepts and application software. Topics include computer history and fundamentals, operating systems, computer hardware, privacy, security, using application software as productivity tools, and working with Windows 7 and Microsoft Office 2010 software. The textbook packet, which is required for this class, is a physical book, a required student access code to the Pearson website, which includes an ebook and MyITLab software, and a 180-day trial version of Microsoft Office 2010. The book packet may be purchased at any of our college bookstores located on our 3 campuses or at the University Bookstore on Highway 544 in Conway. If you are on financial aid and wish to use your aid to purchase the textbook, you must purchase the textbook at one of the HGTC college bookstores located on our campus. You may also purchase the textbook packet in an online copy only through the Pearson website. Those wishing to do so will be instructed at a later date by their professor. Other required materials: a USB jump drive and the Microsoft Office 2010 software. It is included as a free trial in the textbook packet when buying the physical book. No other versions of Microsoft Office may be used for this class. Software needed is installed on campus computers in the classroom, at the campus libraries, at the SSTC, and at the testing centers. If you're taking CPT 101 in class, we create and take care of the computer environment on the HGTC campuses. Students, however, are responsible for installing the software at home if the student chooses to work at home additionally. If the student has any issues with their home computer and the use of the software required for this course, the student will need to call technical support for MyITLab, which can be located on the main MyITLab webpage. A note for Mac users: only PC computers running the Windows operating system can be used with the MyITLab course management software at this time. If you have a Mac computer, these are your 2 options. 1. Use the PC computers on campus in our computer labs, at the library, and at the SSTC, or borrow a PC laptop computer from the HGTC library for 3 days at a time. All assignments are due by the due date and time, no exceptions. Students must schedule time on campus in a computer lab to complete assignments until the student's home computer is working properly for CPT 101 usage. Learning outcomes for this course: describe essential computer concepts relating to hardware, software, and the internet. Describe various application programs and the basics of how a computer works internally, as well as security, ethics, and privacy issues. Creating word processing documents for common business usage. Creating Excel spreadsheets to solve business problems. Creating access databases for common business usage. And creating PowerPoint presentations for common business usage. The grades for the course are based on 3 concepts tests, 3 lab tests, a final exam, and weekly assignments. The breakdown of grades are as follows: your textbook projects are worth 5%. Lab assignments, which include training, hands-on post-tests, and a homework grader project, are worth 40%. Concepts tests are worth 10%. Lab tests 25%. And the final exam is worth 20%. All tests or exams will be evaluated using the MyIT assessment software. The basic computer concepts tests will be open book and open note and comprised of multiple choice questions. The lab tests for Word, Excel, and Access, as well as the final exams for Word and Excel, will be hands-on activities. Online students must take all tests in one of the college's testing centers. The final exam may not be exempted. If the final exam is not taken, the student will receive a grade of 0. The grading system is the standard grading scale. 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 a B, 70 to 79 a C, 60 to 69 a D. Anything below a 60 is an F. A few words about the SSTC. The SSTC is an excellent place for you to go if you need help. The SSTC offers to all students the following free resources: student and professional tutors, writing center support services, student success, academic and technology support resources such as online resource centers, DVDs for test-taking strategies and writing skills, reading comprehension, time management, and study skills packets, Microsoft Office 2010 guides, D2L guides, workshops on college success skills, technology, and D2L for online courses, and general technology assistance. The SSTC wants you to have the opportunity to use the free resources that they offer to students in-house and online through their website www.hgtc.edu/SSTC. Success in this course requires a serious commitment on your part. You must be committed to attending each and every class. You must be committed to coming to class with your work, reading material covered in class, and be prepared to be attentive in class. You must be committed to seeking help with your work if you find yourself having difficulty. The opportunity for success is available to you, and you must be committed to taking advantage of this opportunity. Rules for this course: no eating or drinking in the computer labs. No extra credit will be given for this class, and professors in the department do not curve grades. Your professor will not accept any assignments turned in past the due date and time, as no late assignments will be accepted. Class time is reserved for instructional purposes only. Students are prohibited from copying software from the college computers. Anyone found copying copyrighted software will be disciplined through the Vice President for Student Affairs. Do not load any personal software of any type on the computers in the labs, including games or entertainment software. Systems are purged frequently of data files or unauthorized software. Users of the computers and network services, including internet access provided by the college, are subject to monitoring. If a student deliberately disrupts monitoring, such as powering off a computer, the student will be asked to leave and will be charged with an absence. Only college computers should be used in the classroom. Any electronic devices such as your cell phone, beepers, pagers, or any other electronic device should be turned off prior to coming to class. If any of these devices go off during class or is used during class, the student will be asked to leave and will be charged with an absence. No excuses. If instructed by your professor, you should turn off computers when you leave the classroom. You will be shown the correct way to do so. Student conduct expectations: show respect for others, engage in the classroom activities, avoid sleeping, actively participate, and avoid doing any personal work or other class assignments, and exhibit a positive attitude and interest in the class. Exhibit respect for college property. Take ownership and responsibility for your learning and show respect for authority. Attendance policy for this course, for inline classes, an absence is defined as non-attendance for any reason, including illness, emergency, or official leave. The department maintains a general attendance policy requiring students be present for a minimum of 90% of the class in order to receive credit. This means that a class meeting 3 days per week has a maximum of 5 absences, and a class meeting twice a week has a maximum of 3 absences. Absences are counted from the first day of class. Students missing class are responsible for making up all work missed. Students exceeding the absence limit will be withdrawn from the course and given a grade of W or WF, depending on the grade average at the time of withdrawal. For online students, initial communications and drop add, an email is required from each student to the professor by the end of the drop add period, which is normally 1 week after the course starts. If the end of the drop add period falls on a Friday, students will have until the following Monday at 5 p.m. to email their professors. At that time, the professor will initiate a withdrawal for each student who has failed to send this email, and the student will be dropped. Attendance policy for online students are expected to communicate with the professor frequently. Attendance in an internet course is defined as electronic communications with a professor. After the add drop period, each student will be expected to communicate with the professor a minimum of once a week via email, phone, discussion, participation, or chat. Each professor reserves the right to stipulate how this communication is to take place and how often it is to take place, as long as the minimum requirements are met. Check for these attendance requirements within each course. After 2 weeks with no communication, the professor will initiate the withdrawal process and the student will be withdrawn from the course. The tardy policy for the course: students are expected to be on time for each class. A student not present when roll is taken will be marked absent. If you are late to class, see your professor after class. Do not assume that the absence will be changed to a tardy. A second tardy will be charged as an absence. Copying of any type of assignment will not be tolerated, and both the copier and the supplier will both receive grades of a 0. All assignments must be submitted through the MyIT site. Do not email your assignments to your instructor, and as stipulated previously, late work will not be accepted. The last day to withdraw from the course is March 19, 2013. Makeup policy: students are responsible for the timely makeup of all assignments missed while absent. Only 1 test per semester may be made up if the reason for doing so is valid and the following procedures are followed. The professor or office is called before the test period, and a suitable time has been arranged with the professor to make up the test. A makeup test will be allowed only for justifiable reasons and will be done only if the professor deems the reason to be acceptable. Students are allowed to make up 1 test per semester without the approval of the department head. If an instructor has not arrived in the classroom within 10 to 15 minutes of the scheduled class start time and prior arrangements have not been announced, the student should contact another instructor in the department to determine what the cause might be. Class is not dismissed until the students are officially notified by someone in the department. Also included in your syllabus is a copy of the course outline which outlines by week what will be covered in class, as well as the assignments that are due for each of those weeks. You will also find a copy of your syllabus on D2L, and it is expected that you will read carefully through the syllabus and understand its contents. Thank you.